Luka Doncic has captivated basketball fans worldwide with his preternatural talent and the feel he has for the game. At just 24 years old, he already looks like a generational superstar for the Dallas Mavericks. From playing style to supporting cast to off-court habits, there are scary realities encircling this young phenom that most fans will blindly overlook. So let's explore the foreboding threats that could alter Luka's career trajectory well ahead of schedule. Luka's reckless playing style. His throwback style, built on guile and craftiness, masks some alarming truths about how he plays. Luka frequently puts his body in harm's way with a reckless abandon that is scary for his long-term outlook. At just 24 years old, Luka plays with the mileage of a 10-year veteran. He has a tendency to absorb contact and finish plays through sheer force of will. While this makes for some incredible highlights, it also subjects his body to unnecessary punishment. Luka constantly careens into the paint, initiates contact with bigger defenders, and gets knocked to the floor. His style has already resulted in a litany of ankle injuries and other lower body issues. Luka's ankles seem to roll at least once per week. He deals with constant limping and grimacing. This is likely only the beginning of what could be a chronic physical issues throughout his promising career. Equally concerning is the sheer workload Luka shoulders each night. He dominates the ball at an unprecedented rate for a young player, with sky-high usage rates over 35%. The Mavericks system is completely dependent on Luka to generate looks for himself and teammates all game long. That responsibility takes both a mental and physical toll. Lifestyle habits and health concerns. Delving deeper into Luka's profile, there are lifestyle factors that threaten to hasten his physical decline. Luka entered last season noticeably heavier and admittedly out of shape. He attributed weight gain to indulging himself on food, drink, and other vices too freely in the off-season. This dietary issue speaks to immaturity and lack of discipline. Luka enjoys being a young superstar with money, fame, and attention. His priorities do not always align with sustaining elite physical condition. And last year wasn't the first time that Luka reportedly was out of shape. Exacerbating matters are incidents like Luka being spotted smoking cigarettes and drinking wine at Eurobasket this summer. While isolated occurrences in the off-season don't mean much, it's indicative of someone who hasn't taken nutrition, conditioning, and recovery as seriously as professional athletes should. Superstars like LeBron James spend over $1 million per year on their body and have entire teams managing their fitness. By contrast, Luka lacks an inner circle, setting standards for his long-term well-being. As long as he produces on the court, and the Mavericks seem permissive of Luka's choices. But it's scary to think where Luka could be physically and mentally in his late 20s if bad habits go unchecked. Tenuous future with the Mavericks franchise. Entering this season, tensions escalated behind the scenes between Luka and the Mavericks management. Luka voiced displeasure at their inability to build a contender around him. He set an expectation for major roster upgrades this past offseason. When Dallas failed to deliver impactful complementary talent, Luka's patience wore thin. Rumors swirled that he would consider demanding a trade if the team disappoints again. This is scary territory, since Luka can become an unrestricted free agent as soon as 2025. These tensions stem directly from how heavily Dallas relies on Luka without relief. He must create everything offensively with shooters placed around him and dive men rolling to the rim. No one else runs pick and roll or leads transition. No one else draws help defenders. The burden falls on Luka to break down defenses out of isolation every play, forcing low percentage looks through tiny windows. It translates to fewer easy baskets and more taxing contested shots. Hence, Luka's field goal percentage plunging each year as defenses overcommit to stopping him. To appease Luka next offseason, the Mavericks will have little choice but to overpay marginal talent. They cannot realistically trade for or sign a co-star running mate with cap restrictions. Communication could sour quickly if upgrades feel cosmetic rather than meaningful. From there, tension with the franchise may fester towards an ugly breaking point. Luka wields all the power and leverage in this partnership. He represents Dallas's only ticket to title contention, while they cling to his coattails. It's a scary and precarious dynamic moving forward. European stars and NBA dominance. Zooming out to a macro view, Luka Doncic represents uncharted waters as potentially the first international face of the NBA. Basketball is rapidly globalizing, with foreign stars exerting more influence across the league landscape. After Dirk Nowitzki's pioneering career, Luka could be the heir to the international throne. These developmental differences manifest in alarming ways. International players suffer injuries more frequently and earlier in their careers according to medical studies. Their bodies break down faster under the NBA's grueling demands. Focus and effort also quickly fade, with less background and rigorous training environments. So while Luka looks poised to become the NBA's Central European megastar, he shows early danger signs following that trajectory. Reckless playing style, check. Rapid accumulation of miles and bruises, check. Spotty conditioning and off-court habits, check. Volatile tensions with team, check. These are scary red flags for a foreign prodigy carrying lofty expectations. Can Luka defy the pitfalls that stymied Dirk later in his career along with other European predecessors? Thus far, he has only continued to validate his generational scoring prowess each season. But it's concerning that Dallas, enabling Luka's ball dominance and leadership burdens, could expedite the scary realities facing European phenoms. Heavy reliance on deception. Delving deeper into Luka's playing style, he relies extremely heavily on deception and craftiness to create offense. This works tremendously now, but presents scary questions about his effectiveness long-term as quickness fades. Luka is not blessed with elite athleticism or explosiveness. However, his style exhibits little margin for error, as Luka's first step slows and he loses burst-changing pace. Many of his patented moves will prove less successful. We have seen defenses already adjusting to bait Luka into more difficult, contested attempts, mostly inside the arc. Burdens of international stardom. Looking beyond the court, Luka shoulders an exponentially heavier burden as the new face of European basketball. The former EuroLeague phenom arrives haloed as the heir apparent to Dirk Nowitzki's international throne. Luka is already a megastar in his native Slovenia. But that level of fame, scrutiny, and attention places scary responsibility on someone so young. Let's hope Luka builds the mental and emotional framework to sustain athletic expectations, along with avoiding the pitfalls derailing so many before him under intense global glare. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content dissecting the league's young superstars. Thanks for watching this breakdown of the foreboding truths facing basketball's brightest phenom, Luka Doncic.